All right, lads and ladies, buckle up. Let's get real for a minute. You might be dreaming of that sweet $1 million payday, thinking about the new cars, the fancy dinners, and living large. But here's the deal. Whether you're in the US, the UK, or down in Australia, the journey to becoming a millionaire is not as simple as just stacking bills. There are struggles that every single person who's made it to the top has faced. And these are the truths that no one tells you when you're grinding. If you're ready to dive in, let's break it down. Because these 7 struggles are the ones that will either break you or make you. Let's see how the millionaires win, and how you can too. Struggle number 1, money is not the end game. Listen up, because this one's huge. You might be thinking, man, once I hit $1 million, I'll be living the dream. And sure, having $1 million in the bank feels sweet. But that's not the finish line. It's just the beginning, mate. The key thing that separates successful millionaires from those who only dream about it is this. Money isn't the destination. It's just a milestone. Whether you're chilling in Switzerland or cruising the streets of Toronto, millionaires know this deep down. Getting to that first million doesn't magically fix everything. The game's still on. It's like when you get your first snow in Norway. It's fun for a bit, but once you get used to it, you're already thinking about the next season, the next challenge, how to win. Treat money as a tool, not a trophy. You'll never be satisfied if you think one number will solve all your problems. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. The real wealth is in your mindset, not in your bank balance. Struggle number 2, the wrong business or investment. Here's the thing. You're going to be faced with tons of opportunities, no matter where you are, whether you're in Berlin or down in Melbourne. And a lot of people, especially early in their journey, think they've got to chase every shiny opportunity. But just because an opportunity looks like it's going to make you rich, doesn't mean it's the right one. Think of it like this. In Canada, people love their hockey, right? But you wouldn't jump on the ice without knowing how to skate. Millionaires know that. They say no more than they say yes, because they know it's better to pass on a good opportunity that isn't the right fit than it is to risk it, all on something they're not ready for. How to win, be picky. Not every business or investment will suit where you're at in your journey. Know what you can handle, what you're passionate about, and take your time before jumping in. You don't need to catch every fish in the sea, just the right one. Struggle number 3, the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. Here we go. The pressure to keep up. It's everywhere. Whether you're cruising in downtown London or hanging out in Auckland, people flashing their new watches, posting their fancy dinners, and living like there's no tomorrow. You might be tempted to play the same game. But here's what the millionaires know. You don't need to keep up with anyone. No one's life is as perfect as it seems on Instagram. In fact, the wealthiest people are often the ones who fly under the radar. They're not showing off, they're getting things done. Once you learn to stop measuring yourself against everyone else, you free yourself to focus on what really matters, building your future, not keeping up with someone else's narrative. How to win. Focus on your journey, not someone else's. Ignore the noise and spend your energy building something that's yours, not what society tells you should be yours. Struggle number 4, fear of failure and the fear of success. This one's a mind game. Some people fear failing, others fear succeeding. Sounds weird, right? But whether you're in the United States, Sweden, or Germany, the truth is the same. Fear of failure can be paralyzing, and sometimes success feels even scarier. What if you blow it? What if you lose everything? These fears creep in. But here's the thing, millionaires have learned that both fear and success are just parts of the journey. They don't let either one hold them back. They keep moving forward, not because they aren't afraid, but because they know they'll be fine no matter what. How to win. Lean into the fear. Use it as fuel, not a roadblock. When you push past the discomfort, that's when you grow. Struggle number 5, work-life balance or the lack thereof. This is another one you'll hear people talk about, especially in places like the US and the UK, where workaholism is practically a badge of honor. But the truth is, work-life balance is key to long-term success. Millionaires know this, even if it feels counterintuitive. You can't work yourself to the bone, burning out along the way. It's like in New Zealand. There's a culture of taking time off to reset, whether it's a beach holiday or a quiet hike in the mountains. Millionaires get it. You've got to rest to stay at your best. You can't hustle nonstop without recharging. How to win. Work smart, not just hard. Know when to push and when to pull back. Burnout is real. Don't let it sneak up on you. Struggle number 6, loneliness and trust issues. You're going to feel alone at times, and that's just part of the process. Whether you're in the big cities of Germany or the bustling streets of London, people often don't understand the weight of building wealth. Friends, family, sometimes they just don't get it. Some will even try to bring you down, especially when they see you succeeding. But the millionaires who've made it know how to handle this. They've learned that trust is key and that not everyone has the right intentions. They build a tight circle of people who actually support their journey, and they don't take this lightly. Trust is earned, and millionaires don't just throw it around. How to win? Choose your circle wisely. Trust the people who truly support you and let go of the ones who bring you down. Building wealth is tough, but it's even tougher without the right people by your side. Struggle number 7, self-doubt. Can I really do this? Finally, here's the big one, self-doubt. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States, Canada, or Norway. Every single millionaire has felt it at some point. It's that little voice that tells you, maybe I'm not cut out for this. What if I fail? What if I'm just not good enough? But here's the thing, millionaires don't let self-doubt control them. They feel it, sure, but they don't let it stop them. Instead, they use it to fuel their journey. They understand that doubt is a sign that they're stretching their limits, and they push forward anyway. How to win? Use self-doubt as a reminder that you're on the right path. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth. So there you have it, folks. Whether you're in the US, the UK, Germany, or anywhere else in the world, these 7 struggles are universal. The millionaires who've been through it all don't just overcome these challenges. They use them to level up. The real question is, are you ready to face these struggles? Are you ready to push through the fear, the loneliness, the doubt, and come out the other side stronger, wiser, and wealthier? If you're serious about making that million, then get ready to embrace the grind. But remember, the real wealth is in who you become in the process, not just the money in your bank. So get out there, start playing the game, and make it happen. But before you go, if you're serious about taking this journey even further, make sure you check out my video, Building Wealth from Nothing, The Real Path to Success. It's packed with the game-changing principles you need to turn your dreams into reality. We dive into the real laws of success and the biggest mistakes to avoid in your 20s that could cost you the life you're aiming for. Hit the link on the screen right now, and let's keep this momentum going. Trust me, you won't want to miss this next step.